All right. Up next, Dr. Singh and Joe Lemmel. Come on by. And this one, we're going to kill two birds with one stone. So, see you later, Malin. Hi, guys. Thanks very much for coming today. It means a lot. Appreciate it, and appreciate the great work you do over there at the Medical College and Frederick and Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. So, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate being here. My name's Joe Lemmel. My story is going to be a little different than the ones you've heard, in that I had the experience of watching my son collapse and die. We were at a high school game. I'm sorry, break it down. We were at a high school basketball game, which I've gone to hundreds of times. He was a star athlete. He won state in tennis as a freshman, as a sophomore. Was on the basketball team. At some point, we said, you got to start picking some of these sports. You can't be on every sport. So he was tireless. I mean, he was absolutely tireless. And as we were sitting at the game on a Friday night, it was an away game. At one point, he walked off the court, and he was probably from me to you in terms of distance. And he just collapsed. And I ran down. Somebody said, well, he's having seizures. And he doesn't have seizures. There's got to be something else going on. And that's a component of what you're going to make possible. People will recognize that there is something going on and it's not seizures. So that's a critical part. So I yelled into the stand for somebody to call 911 because obviously there was no protocol in place like what we're doing with Project Adam and helping schools put that protocol in place. And I'm going to play the time with you differently, and that you're now me, you're standing over your son. Count the seconds it took to get from the stand to look at him. Disagree with the first onlooker. Finally call into the stands. Person calls 911. And what I've learned since then is you need to be there with that AED and with somebody doing CPR within 2 to 3 minutes. That gives you the survival rate. What you heard as far as how long it actually does take, it's an eternity when you're standing there watching your child die. So my focus and our focus with Project Adam is strictly kids, strictly schools, with an education component that we've always had that mirrors exactly what you guys have an opportunity to pass. I mean, we want every kid, no matter what school they go to within the entire state, get the same protection that my son didn't have. So that's a critical part that we're covering the state. We're not just looking at different regions or different zip codes or different people with the financial opportunity to support. This is community supported. So from there, it's the time for, as you heard, the EMTs aren't waiting outside. But in his case, in theory, you couldn't have been in a closer proximity. They were across the street, 3 buildings down. But it's still, get in my truck, get my equipment, get to the school, get out of the school, walk into the building, walk up to the gym once you finally found it, analyze what's going on, and then finally apply the AED. That's an eternity because it was well past the point that he had a chance to survive. And I still today live with the image of that flat line and three attempts to try to save him. So when you think of a student body, literally being able to look at him and start that chain right away, every one of those seconds is that precious. So I appreciate what you're about to do.
Thanks very much. This bill is going to pass.
Yep.
In part because of you being here today. I want you to know that.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Doctor?
So thank you, everyone, for your attention. My name is Anup Singh. I live in Whitefish Bay. I work at the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin, and I'm the medical director for Project Adam. Project Adam's been around for 16 years now. We've been involved with over 800 schools in Wisconsin, helping with CPR instruction, getting AEDs in place. And so this is a labor of love for us. And you've heard many people talk. It's an amazing coalition. We're so proud to be part of it. And if you look at where we're all from, we're all mostly coming from nonprofit organizations that are heavily volunteer-based. And we are all willing to get out there and do what's needed to make this happen. I've revised what I was going to say probably 10 times since I started because everybody kept giving the medical facts, so I'm kind of useless from that standpoint. But I hope what you will remember is my appeal to your sense of legacy. And what I want you to think about is you have so many things to consider here, And it's great to see the things that you have to discuss, and it's very hard to think about how is it actually going to happen. And I'm appealing to the legacy that what you're doing, it's not just about students. You're creating an army of people that's going to change the look of Wisconsin. 20 years from now, we're going to have so many people in the community who are out there saving lives, and I hope we approach the sort of numbers that King County has in Washington. So I appreciate your time listening to us. I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it. I have to tell you, when Representative Spiros first came to me with this bill, I had a degree of skepticism, as we do with many what are considered mandates. But I want to tell you, if someone out there says that the hearings don't matter, let them know they do, because I am 100% completely convinced this is the right thing to do. I'm glad to say I'm a co-author. I spent time with Andy Gustafson talking about it, and I want to sincerely let you know that coming to testify in front of this committee does make a difference, and we're going to do the best we can to get this bill on the governor's desk. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We've got a stack of 12 or so registrants in favor. You can check with the log later if you care to know who those registrants are. Based on time, we're going to move on.